The Chicago Bears' huge win over the Green Bay Packers just got even better. Let's talk about it. What did you guys think of the game?
Bear down!
Go Bears! Packers suck!
There you have it. So we're going to dive into what a wild victory that was for Bears. Thank you. Those are my sons. Let them stay up way past their bedtime for that one. But how could you not? The Cardiac Bears, they're at it again. What a victory. And it's just one of the sweetest victories I've ever had as a Bears fan. Like, I gave my kids like a big speech before the game, like all the different times the Packers have broken my heart. Like, you know what? You got to be prepared for it. You got to be strong. Like, things happen. But this Bears team, you just can't quit. Like, I was dead inside for 2 quarters, and they just come out of nowhere, 25-6 in the 4th quarter, get that W. Just an unbelievable game. Let's go. And then I think what is even better about it is, like, this was a terrible game. Like, it's unbelievable how many different things went wrong. And I'm going to talk about a few of those. I'm going to look ahead to next week and just talk about some of the wild things that made this game, like, even more ridiculous than it seemed watching it. So first things first, I don't know who all saw the stat. The Chicago Bears have not beaten the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs since 1941. Well, just like right around when a week after Pearl Harbor, I think I saw. It has been that long since they've beaten the Packers in the playoffs. I don't know how many times it's been. I certainly remember a few of them, but it has been just heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss, and it felt like we finally got some sweet revenge today. And like I said, this is the worst the Bears have played in a long time. Like, I know in the first half, everyone is just like, why on earth do the Bears keep going for these crazy 4th downs? And I was telling people I was watching the game with, this is an indictment on the defense. Like, you don't go for it 4th and 4, like, inside your own 30, unless you're just like, they're going to score on us no matter what. We might as well just try to keep the offense on the field. Like, I really think that was Ben Johnson's mentality. And then I don't know what happened at halftime. Like, it almost looked like Ben Johnson was, like, crying. Like, he had, like, red eyes, like he had been crying. Maybe he just was so laser focused and passionate yelling that he was just that fired up. I don't know what happened, but just an absolutely unbelievable game. And you know what? Ben Johnson, in a very roundabout way, ended up delivering on his promise. If you remember, almost a year ago to the day, at his opening press conference, he comes out and said, I know this is the toughest division in football right now. There's 3 teams that made the playoffs this year. I've got tremendous respect for the coaches and players in this league, having competed against them for the last 6 years. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, and to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. So, you know what? I think we all were hoping it'd be twice in the regular season, but you know what? He promised 2 wins against Matt LaFleur, and he got us 2 wins against Matt LaFleur. And now the Bears fight on. And Matt LaFleur, like, you know, if you're a Packers fan who happens to be watching this, I think he's a good coach. Like, he humiliated the Bears defense several times tonight. They would be crazy to fire them. But there have been some rumblings. And, you know, Timothy Jones, he works for for Bleacher Report. He tweeted Matt LaFleur's job may be in jeopardy after this game. I think, you know, seeing like John Harbaugh and Kevin Stefanski and some of these bigger name coaches on the market, like, maybe it tempts them to, you know, call John Harbaugh and say, hey, would you consider us if we moved on from Matt LaFleur? We'll see what happens. Maybe they want to reunite with Mike McCarthy. You never know. But either way, what a wild, just unbelievable game. I'll dive into a little bit more of just the crazy stats from it in a second. But what I want from you right now, comment below, who do you want the Bears to play next week in the playoffs? So tomorrow you have the 49ers on the road against the Eagles. If the 49ers win as the 6th seed, they would be the lowest remaining seed, which means they would be matched up with the Seahawks, and the Bears would get the Rams. If the Eagles win, The Rams are the lowest remaining seed, which means they go to Seattle, and the Bears would then get the Eagles at home. So comment below, do you want to play the Eagles or do you want to play the Rams? Honestly, I kind of go back and forth on it. Like, on the one hand, Bears whooped the Eagles in Philly, bring them on. On the other hand, it's tough to beat the same team twice in a year. The defenses looked so bad, but in some ways they clamped down on the run. They couldn't stop the pass today, and what passing attack am I more afraid of? It's absolutely the Rams. So I think in that aspect, I think I would rather see Philadelphia in the next round. But you guys comment below. Let me know what you thought. But regardless, I'm already growing. I'm going gray younger than I'd like to. But that game just tripled the amount of gray hair I have. I went from first half, I was just dead inside. This game was over. I couldn't believe how bad it was. And I just kept reminding myself, the Bears, they know how to play from behind. They're not worried. The Iceman, he's going to come and he's going to make some plays. Maybe the defense can get a couple stops. But if you can win a game where the opposing quarterback goes for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, you give them the ball a couple times on your side of the field, going for it on 4th down. You do as poorly in the red zone in the first 3 quarters as the Bears did, and they somehow still pulled that out. That just shows the ceiling of this team. This was just an abomination of a performance on so many levels, and they still pulled it out against a very good Green Bay Packers team. And the Bears, they're the second best running team in the NFL, and they didn't even run for 100 yards because they fell behind so early and were just forced to pass the entire game. They couldn't play the style of football they want to play, and it didn't matter. They still got the win, and I think that right there just tells you how impressive this team is. And my goodness, Colston Loveland. I got my Colston Loveland jersey on right here. I'm actually a Michigan fan too, so I got it as soon as he was drafted by the Bears. He's an absolute dog. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter how many mistakes were made in the first half, how ugly it looked in the first half, how many calls went the Packers' way. I could go another 10 minutes in this video talking about the Bears catching the ball, making several steps in a football move, and it getting punched out and recovered by the Bears again. But apparently you need 8 steps when you play the Packers for it to be a completed pass. And I know they ended up calling a couple intentional groundings on Love, but he had more than that. I wanted to pull my hair out at the refs early in the game. The end of the game went fine. But my gosh, comment below. Give me your thoughts. Let's just bask in this for a minute. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this postseason, but anything else that happens is just icing on the cake. Of course, I want a Super Bowl, and I think this Bears team is capable of winning a Super Bowl. So I'm going to be rooting for it hardcore. But going back to Ben Johnson's opening press conference, he's there's 3 teams in the playoffs in this division. And now here we are, second round of the playoffs, and there's only 1 team in this division that's still fighting, and that is your Chicago Bears. So bear down, like and subscribe on your way out. Comment below, give me your thoughts on anything in the game, what you loved, what you didn't like, what you think we got to work on next week, looking at you defense. Bear down. Let's go.